Yo, welcome to another episode of the Real and Unapologetic podcast, man. This is episode number 15, Off the Hip. You know what I'm saying? And I'm your host, Rif, joined with my boy, my cousin, C. I'm out of town right now, man, and I'm not in the studio where we normally shoot, but we decided to shoot this episode to bring you up to speed to what's going on in the news right now. So before we jump into the episode, I called C the other day. And I was like, see, I said, I don't want to, you know, the message that we're putting out here. And I know we tend to cuss a lot. And I know I'm probably like the cusser, you know what I mean? If we're going to use that word or whatever. I'm like, you know, the employer and seeing this is probably an employee when it comes to cussing. He's probably like less, but I cuss a lot. So I don't want to dumb down the message with so many cuss words. So what I'm going to do, and this is for the viewers, and you know what I'm saying? You chime in on this and you can get in on this deal. We're going to do a swear jar, but we're going to do a digital swear jar. And that money is going to go into either a Coinbase account or a stock account in the stock market. So every time we swear, you can count the swears. You can be a part of this. Count the swears. And if we don't catch them all, you can count the swears, and each swear is $1. So each time we cuss, myself or C, sometime I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say fuck it just because I need to. That's $1 right there, like I'm telling you. So sometime we gonna pay. You know, it's just like having that Porsche. You're gonna get caught doing 165 because you're like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you're gonna be like, yo, give me my speeding ticket and let me go home. Yeah. All right. So we don't want to dumb down the message, man, no more. We want you guys to listen. At all ages, all groups. We want your kids on it. You know what I mean? Age 5 all the way up to age 85, 90. Well, I don't want, you know, you might be living at 95. So, but up to 95, whatever, 105. So we don't want to dumb down the message. So we're going to try to refrain from cussing, man.
Try is the key word.
Try is the key word, right? Because sometime like I said, we already $1 in that Coinbase account. And that's why I said it's going to be a digital coin jar. So that money, and at in the end of the year, at the end of 2021, that money is going to be donated to. And I don't see how we going to do this. See what we want to do. We want to give it to the person that counts the most cuss that are count the most cuss and catches all the cuss words that we said.
Yeah, that'll be challenging.
That'll be challenging. That's what I mean. Let's make it challenging.
Or we could just have a
raffle,
but then that would no. Let's get the person who guesses what's in the cuss jar. This way we can make sure that they've been paying attention and
they've been paying right. They've been watching episodes.
Random cat ain't just jumping at the last.
And jumping in and be like, right. Yeah. And if it's 20,000 in the jar, he just comes out of blue and guesses. You know what I mean? And wins. Versus the person that's dedicated and watching and spending time with us. You know what I'm saying? And watching us grow from episode 1 all the way to episode 15. And at the end of the year, we shoot for episode 100. So, and we're going to get there. That's 85 episodes away. And trust me, we're going to get there.
Yeah. You know what? Really? And you know what? They should also leave a comment. If you leave a comment, you get entered into it. You get a chance to get
right. So you got to, that's how you enter. Leave a comment. You got to leave a comment on one episode, at least one episode till the end of the year. You got to leave a comment. You know what I mean? And all videos got to be liked. You got to make sure you like the videos. And you got to subscribe. So likes, comments, subscription gets you entered into that coin jar. You know what I mean? Coinbase. And right now, I think it's at like 63,000, man.
Yeah.
2017, I got in and I started investing in 2017. And what was it then? I'm going to say, I know it was dropping. It was fluctuating. It was going up and down, but I know it was around like 5 or 10 or something like that. And then it just shot up. And like right now, it's 63K, man. And now, they're thinking about going public. See?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going public.
I didn't get a chance to check because, you know, I play, me and Rif both play the stock market. And yeah, man, they had their initial price offering today, Coinbase.
Right.
They said that the
Did you check it? Did you check?
Nah,
because that's something to hop into.
Yeah, last time I checked, they said it was going to probably debut at. They were thinking at 250, but then later on in the day, they said, nah, it's going to be closer to $3.50 a share. So, yeah, I mean,
oh, that's kid. Yo, listen. I'm gonna tell everybody, man. If you know nothing about it, that's absolutely fine. But jump into it. Listen, jump into it. Elon Musk is jumping into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So jump into it. And you know, anything that Tony Stark's put his money into, it becomes something. You know, so yeah. So that's
yo, after initial public offering, the company is valued at $86 billion.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's going. So like I said, anything Tony Stark's put his money in. Listen, these boys ain't playing, man. This is why everybody should be on their grind. One of the rants we wanted to start off with, and we're gonna get into some, real, but being that we talking about money, I want to talk about life ownership, man. I was sitting driving today, and everybody's always worried, and people always teaching you about how home ownership is so important and how car ownership is important, and you need your car to get around, but they never talk to you about life ownership. And I know what do I mean by life ownership? I ask a question to people and I'm like, do you own your life? And what I mean by that, do you own your life? Like, who's in control of your life? Who's making the decisions for you? Who's telling you what time to come in, when to check out, when you can travel, when you can't, when you can see your kids, when you can see your husband, when you can see your family? Who's in control of your life?
Yeah.
Do you own your life? And it's important. And the people that own your life, majority of the time, are the wealthy, the ones that are, are in that stock market. Part of, you know what I mean? They're in that stock market. And a lot of, like, I've heard, who said this? I think it was E.T., man. He was like, before you even, was it him? I don't want to recite the wrong guy, but bottom line is, he was like, people that's in Cali, they're getting up at 8 o'clock. They shouldn't be getting up at 8 o'clock. You should be up way before that because people are already making decisions for your life because the stock market is open at 9:30 on the East Coast. And if you're waking up at 8, it's you behind. Yeah, so the East Coast is right. You behind. So you got to get up way before that. So the thing is, man, who's home? I mean, home ownership. Yeah, it's important. You want to have a roof over your head, but it's not as important as life ownership. And this is something that they don't teach. And on the Real and Unapologetic, that's what I'm here to tell y'all, man. Start thinking about life ownership. Start figuring out, listen, you want to own that life of yours. You want to make sure when you wake up in the morning, you can be like, you know what? I want to take the kids on a vacation for the week. And that's what we're going to do. Living spontaneous is freedom. Spontaneity is freedom, man. The word spontaneous, that's why a lot of people don't use the word or they hate the word because you don't have control of your life until when you say you're spontaneous, it's because you're in control of your life. You know what I mean? I call Sia. I'm driving, just left a site. I'm like, yo, you want to shoot today? He's like, yeah, I'm out running around. Boom, let's shoot. Nobody owns our lives but us. We get to make a decision and say, hey, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's freedom.
We make our own schedules, and you guys don't know what type of freedom that is. When I could stay up all night if I want to. I don't have to worry. Oh, I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. Or dang, if I stay up all night, I ain't going to be able to do my job efficiently. I don't have to worry about that. I make my own schedule. Y'all don't know how liberating that is, man.
Right.
Seriously, it's like breaking chains, man. And I want everybody to experience that.
Experience that, right?
And I can change my day at the drop of a dime. Like Rif said, I was just out running around doing some errands. I hadn't planned on shooting, but Rif called said, hey, you know what? We need to shoot today. All right, let's go. I cut my date, the time outside short, and here we are. You can't do that on your job. If Rif called me on the job, I'm like, oh man, I already told him I'm going to do some overtime, so I ain't going to get out of here till like 9 o'clock.
Right.
And then I'm going to be tired, man. Yo, come on. it's freedom. It's liberation, man.
Right. And we're not saying, listen, I want you to enjoy your life. I want you to appreciate everything you do, the people that hired you, the people that you're working for. What I'm saying is, do you own your life? Or when you got hired at that job, did you decide and say, did you present to them what you were worth? Did you present to them what you were worth, what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept, the days you need off? Create your life, design it the way that you want it. And honestly, if not, they're going to design it.
Yeah.
And the only thing you're going to have, and meaning it's going to be great, and you're going to settle for it in home ownership and car ownership. And you're going to dedicate your life to paying for that home and that car because you don't own your life. But trust me, once you own your life, a car, you don't give a I was getting ready to say, I was getting ready to go there, but I did it. I caught it. Hey, that's not two yet. That's not two yet. I caught it. Hey, listen, you don't give a crap. So at the end of the day, you listen, you it's freedom, man. You'll be like, that's why you see people sometimes. Look at Warren Buffett. He still lives in the same home he bought when he was young. When he first got married, it's the same house.
Yeah.
He's worth 90 billion or something like that.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. 90 billion. And he's still in the same house. That's called, he's liberated, man. He's free. He doesn't care. It's like, I don't got to keep up with the Joneses. I am the Joneses.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep up with me. What he does is a trend. So that's where you got to get to a place where you setting trends. And listen, like I said, it's not easy. It's not something, but you got to get to a point where you're planning your escape route. So I want to just tell you that. Think about life ownership. Think about what you need to do your Shawshank Redemption and get up out of that. You know what I'm saying? And get that freedom or whatever. But yeah. So see what we're
escape, man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yes, you got to start planning your escape. Because if you don't plan to escape, you're going to stay locked up forever.
Right.
Yeah. And it's a shame, but that's what they teach you.
That's what they teach you. Right.
They teach you how to come out of school and become a good worker. Work for somebody else. Then you got to go through all the bullshit. God damn, that was the second swear jar. Oh, it caught me twice. But
what's that? $2 or $3?
Yeah, that's $3 in there. But you gotta plan your escape. And on one of the jobs I was at, man, you had people there trying to get to that 30th year, man, and they terrified because they could let you go at any time for any reason they decide to make up. They can just be like, oh, you know what? And you know how it is. It's always, what have you done for me lately?
Right.
You've been an exemplary employee for 29 years, and you mess up one time. That's enough ground to give them, boom. And you don't get your complete retirement package. So you got people living in fear on their 30th year of the job, man. That's crazy.
Listen, man. That's what I say. Life ownership. You should not be in fear after paying 30-year house payments, 30-year mortgages, and then you shouldn't be in fear. You should be at a place where you like, yo, boom, I'm free and clear. We're good. That's it. Just taxes every year. We pay taxes every year. But you should not be paying for your life and for your entire life that you live, and the entire time you wake up and go to sleep, all you're thinking about is how to please somebody else. That's what's on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Not how to please yourself. But out of the time, you getting those 14 days or 21 days a year. And like I said, man, I'm not knocking nothing. I'm being real with you. And this is the real unapologetic. I'm being real with you and shooting it straight to you and telling you, plan your escape route. And that's just it, man. Plan your escape route. Think about life ownership. Stop worrying about keeping up with the Joneses, about the new whips. Get that after you get that life. After you own your life, be like, yeah, I'm going to go do that.
That's it.
Look at all them dudes in the Emirates, over in the Middle East and all that, man, with these cats. Listen, ridiculous. They got ridiculous paper over there.
Yeah.
But again, life ownership, man. Get into something that you're afraid of. Like I said, you don't know anything about Coinbase. You don't know anything about the digital coin. You don't know anything about the stock market. You don't know anything about a business. Whatever it is that you don't know anything about, Get into it.
That's it.
You don't know about that company you was working for until they impressed you. And they told you how great they are and how much they're going to do for you. And then 20 years later, did they answer? And you got to ask that. You ask yourself these questions, man. You got to be real with yourself. But like I said, man, this is what it's all about. Think about life ownership. It's important. It's really, I think it's very important for all of us to get to that place that I want to see everybody happy, truly happy when they wake up in the morning, when they go to sleep, and whatever it is that they're doing, they're excited. I don't care if you are working for a company, but make sure it's on the way that you designed it. Like, hey, this is how I like it. This is what I want to do. You want to be a doctor and that's what you're doing for the rest of your life. That's you. Yeah. You're a lawyer. That's you. But do exactly what you want to do. But plan that escape route if you're not in a situation that you're comfortable in and you're unhappy in. You got to get out of that. We want to cut down the suicide rate. We want to stop all this because that's what it leads to, man. All that unhappiness is why people kill themselves. Yeah. Happy people don't kill themselves.
That's right.
Serious. You're not happy like, I'm fucking that. And then, that's $4 for y'all. Listen. But happy
this
people
don't be a challenge, yo.
Yo, it's gonna be a challenge. But it ain't as many because right now we'd have been at 60,000 right now. I'd have said about 20 already. I'd have been like at 20. You'd have been at 20. Yeah, but hey, for real, man. Life ownership. Think about that. See, what's up with? I didn't hear about. What's up with the shooting?
Yeah, man. And when Rif said let's shoot, I said, yeah, you know what? Because we need to address this topic, man. Minneapolis again.
What's up with them targeting Minneapolis? I don't.
Dude, it's getting to be ridiculous, man. And it's getting to the point now where they don't even feel they got to give a legitimate reason, you know? Yeah. And I'm saying there was no, and I'm going to show everybody on today's show how her excuse is straight up bullshit, man.
Right.
Dang, another one. That's 5 now. But yeah, the excuse now is they don't even care about the excuse no more. They just exterminating us, man. You know. Now there's a whole bunch of things that went on. All right. Number one, it was a typical traffic stop. I don't even know if they even know what they stopped him for. But again, he was pulled over, ran his name, found out he had a warrant, but the warrant
another mail.
Yeah. The warrant was for failure to appear because he didn't get the notice that he had to appear in court because they sent it to the wrong address. Okay. You know what? Blame that one on the post office, whatever. But still, there was no reason for them to have their weapons drawn at that point. It's right. A traffic stop. It's a traffic stop. The guy's door is open. Okay. Police have to understand that we are living in fear of our lives. If we see 3, 4, 5 cops, we feel, something's going to jump off. I want to be in an area where there's a whole bunch of witnesses. I want to be in an area that's well lit. But they don't give us that opportunity because the Lord says, we're supposed to pull over or we're evading, right? Mm-hmm. But bottom line, this officer, she did not follow. And you know what? I don't know what the police procedure is in Minneapolis. All I know is what's taught like in New York, New Jersey, and then it's basic gun safety procedure.
Right.
Okay. When you into guns and you go to your gun safety classes and your gun training classes, one of the first things they tell you is you don't put your hand on that trigger until you're absolutely ready to send a round down range or at your target. Absolutely ready means right. That you've determined, this person is a definite threat and I have to defend my life. There was no life-threatening situation. If you look at the video, there's no life-threatening situation. All he did was fail to get out of the car. And as the police escalated it, he's like, I got to get out of here. These people, they're going to probably try and kill me. She already had her gun drawn. And all I'm saying is the police got to put 2 and 2 together. I'm pulling them over for a busted light. Is it worth this guy dying for a busted light? No.
Right.
But when I want to go through it, I want everybody to see why I feel that her excuse is pure bull crap. Caught myself.
Yeah. Break it
Okay.
down. See, break it down.
Yeah. I've got 4 handguns. Okay. I've got 2 Glocks, a Glock 45 and a Glock 9mm. Then I've got another 9mm, which is a CZ. And then I got a TAC 4 45. I can tell the difference between all of those guns in the dark. I don't even have to see my gun when I pick it up, and I can tell you which one I'm holding in my hand. Okay? So
how can you tell that? How can you tell that? What identifies each of them?
By the weight. Okay, a 45 with a full magazine is going to be a lot heavier than a 9mm with a full 10-round magazine. Okay. The hand grips are different. You can customize them as much as you want, but you know by feel which gun you're picking up.
Okay, yeah, right.
Okay. You know, the 9mm is a lot thinner across-wise. You can feel the thinness in your hand. I'm not saying it's a thin gun, but you can feel the difference when you pick up the Glock 45. You know. So there's no way she can say, I thought I had my taser.
Now let me ask you this. I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick. I'm gonna let you finish up, but so under pressure in that same, I'm just asking you as a shooter, you know what I mean? And you're under pressure, under stress, you're nervous for your life as well. Do you think you're gonna be thinking about that at that moment, at that time?
Absolutely.
So you're going to know the difference.
You have no choice. You have no choice. The moment you pick up your gun, you know, especially if it's your gun and that's her gun. She should know her gun intimately.
Right. Definitely. I agree.
You know, and then plus the fact, like I said, number one, all right, and I just want to show people this, of course, it's empty. Okay. There's no magazine in it. Safety first, always, no round in the chamber. Okay, by the way you hold a gun, you do not put your finger on the trigger. See, this is second nature to me now. When I pick up my gun, you see where my hand goes. Right across the trigger guard. My hand is not on the trigger. That's taught at every police academy. You do not put your hand on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Okay? All right. Number 2, when you're firing your firearm, you're looking at your front sight. You don't just randomly fire anywhere like you see them doing in the movies. That don't work. Okay, especially if you got police training. You're just not firing. But again, and to me, this is a definite case. They have a definite case of negligent homicide. She did not follow procedure. There was no reason for her finger to be on the trigger. Then number 2, is she colorblind? A taser is yellow. It's made of mostly polymer, plastic.
Right. Real shit.
So you telling me you can't tell the difference between picking up and you can't see that you don't have a yellow taser in your hand?
No, she knew she had it. And what time of day was it?
Daytime. It was daytime.
All right. So you obviously could see a yellow taser in the daytime.
Absolutely. Regardless of what's going on. And so you're going to tell me 2, and then 3 times or 4 times she screamed out, taser, 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 like she was getting ready to tase him. I guess that's the police procedure they have there to make sure no other cops are touching him when he gets tased so they don't get shot. So she's screaming, taser, taser, taser. So you tell me at no point did she look down and see, oh, shit, this is not my taser. This is not yellow.
All right.
It's bullshit. Yeah. I didn't say it.
No. I'm saying for you, bullshit. So listen, there's gonna be some money in the jar, but on the real, that was bullshit. So just from you explaining that right there, that was bullshit. That was deliberately homicide. That she deliberately shot that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I was in the courtroom, she deliberately shot him. There was no mix up in the weapons, you know, being that you explain it that way, as far as with the color of the taser, the weight of the taser versus the gun. Hey, listen, bullshit. It's bullshit. So, you're on the Real Unapologetic, man. We're always telling you straight up with facts. We're not just talking. You see, See them brought out the you know, you brought out the artillery, just the weapons and everything to show you
People
that
need to be informed.
right.
They just can't sit there and listen to what the news is saying.
Right.
So if you don't know, then you just want to sit there and be like, well, she could have made a mistake.
Could have made a mistake.
There's no way.
Bull crap. Yeah.
There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of if she was a rookie or anything, there's no way that you can mistake a taser for a police issue weapon.
So let me ask you something, man. What do you think went on?
You know, at this point, I don't know, but you know what? You got think about it, man. All right, and I've always questioned this, but a lot of times you get cats that want to be police officers because they have no stature in life.
No, yeah.
You know, they
Was she a rookie?
I don't know. But I'm saying you got people who become police officers because they have no stature in life. You got people who become police officers because they were bullied their whole life and they think that this is going to give them power. Okay, and a lot of times power, what's that? Absolute power corrupts. You know, and as a police officer, a lot of times you feel you have absolute power.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm looking, right, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've been busy all week, so I haven't even paid attention to the news or seen the shooting. And I'm looking at this lady right now, and she looks straight up like she could be a part of the white supremacists, like real talk. Just her look.
And one thing that nobody ever brings up is how white supremacists have infiltrated,
right,
the police department.
Well, they're not just your police department, but they're infiltrated in the Dunkin' Donuts corporations, the firefighters. They're everywhere.
You know, but there was an active push at one time where they were telling their new members, yo, keep yourself clean so that you can join the police department so that basically you could bust minorities in the head.
Well, shooting is the new noose. Shooting is the new noose.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they can't hang you on a tree, but they can shoot you in the broad daylight.
Exactly.
And then they show it on the news. And the same way when, you know, back in the days in the South, when they were hanging African Americans, you know, on trees and their kids had to come out and walk out the home and see that vision, visualize that and keep that image in their head for the rest of their life. It's the same thing that they're doing to our children now and to the adults and our people. They're continuously showing us on TV, and you would never see them put a white kid who was killed by a police officer or manslaughtered or slaughtered or whatever you want to call it on TV and keep replaying it over and over and over again, constantly all over every station. They would not do it. Listen, they had, I remember when they were cutting off during that Middle Eastern with what do you call it? What are these guys called? I trade, what do you call it? Al-Qaeda?
Yeah, Al-Qaeda, yeah.
Al-Qaeda. When these guys were all, remember they were cutting the military throats and all that? They were deleting that stuff off of YouTube. Pulling it off of every channel. They wouldn't even let that video be shown. But George Floyd videos are shown all over. They never stopped it. You know why? Negative imagery helps affect the Black community.
Yeah.
And that's why Blacks don't have life ownership like we're talking about, because you're traumatized, man. And you don't know how to get from under that. And you're constantly watching it. So you're worried for your life. Because your life, you feel like you're not worth anything because at any moment somebody can shoot you for not appearing in court, for getting a speeding ticket, a speeding violation, something back in the days that you did. Listen, we've all did something. It's like the Bible. In the Bible, when Jesus was like, listen, you could throw the stone if you have never, throw a stone if you never did anything. Everybody had to drop their rock. This nation, the world has to put down their rocks, let it go, and keep it moving, man, and stop killing our people.
Yeah.
Just real talk. Stop killing our people. I mean, listen, look, I'm just as crazy as everybody else, but I've tamed myself. No different than everybody else. I'm just being real, and I'm being real and saying this. It's not. I'm just telling you, I'm a little off because that trauma and the stuff that we've gone through and everything like that. But you keep doing this, I will make it my job to make it. And I'm saying this, and this is listen. This is why I'm saying. Excuse my language. I'm saying this because that's how the Black Panthers and Fred Hampton, all these guys got started, and Malcolm X with the by any means necessary. Because after a while, you get tired, you're frustrated, you're upset, you're now at a place where you're like, you know, that F word, F bomb. You're like, whatever. This is what it came down to. Then this is what we're gonna do to save our lives. We're gonna show you what pain feels like. Now, do I believe in that? I don't, because I don't want to hurt somebody else, because I don't believe two wrongs make a right. Mm-hmm. And Black people, I was telling somebody else earlier, Black people, we have always been caring. That's why we get screwed, because we're so caring. We care a lot. Yeah, we mess up a lot, and that's why we mess up a lot, because we care. I don't know what's going on in white America, but just like they try to say that, you know, Blacks, we have, you know, this trauma, mental illnesses and all this. Listen, we don't have any serial killers just going around wanting to just kill a bunch of women and cut their bodies up and put them in the refrigerator and eat them for later. We don't have that kind. That's mental illness. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We don't birth kids like that. We don't birth children like that. The trauma that we receive is through the stuff that people do to us. They actually do it to us. They actually hurt us and harm us to the point we're traumatized. We're being abused. Basically, that's what we're being. We're being abused under a system that is supposed to help us, and we're being abused. It's like being molested. This is your dad, and they're molesting you. You're screwed up in the head. Yeah. This is the same person that says, I love you, and then touches you and has sex with you, and then cooks for you and feeds you and gives you Christmas, and then beats you and then fucks you. That is going to traumatize you, man. If somebody's father was doing that, and this is how this country is. We're supposed to be loved. We're supposed to be the same, but you keep getting screwed up, and people, listen, how can you tell me, America, how can you say this is okay and it's fair? And you say it's fair. It's like, hey, this is, you know, we got to change it. And we're going to change it. We're going to change it. I'm being real with you. We're going to change it. We're going to get to a point where it's going to stop, because it has to stop. And that's it. It's bottom line. It's not, there's no, you know, hey, it's going to stop, because it has to be stopped, and we have to stop it.
Yeah. Yeah. And on that vein, I think that I just watched the first 2 episodes. But HBO has a series, and it's done by a Haitian film producer. His name is Raoul Peck, and the name of the series is Exterminate All the Brutes, and it tells the real history of the United States as far as slavery, as far as the extermination, and let's call it what it was, the genocide of the American Indian and the indigenous peoples. Right. But it shows you how everything that they did was systematic and it was planned, okay? From the destruction of the Black family to the destruction of the indigenous peoples of America, not only of North America and the United States, but also of South America, okay? And how they systematically exterminated people for profit. And let's get it right. That's exactly what it was, because they saw the wealth in this land, okay? How are you going to tell somebody? Now, let's look at the United States for a minute, all right? You had the original 13 colonies, all right, colonization, and how are you just going to come and plant your flag when there are people already living here? Okay. And again, it was a race of people who were willing to help you. out of the kindness of their hearts. They like, look, these people have no idea what they're getting to over here. These are some very harsh winters. They're not going to survive the winter. We'll show them how to survive the winter. But yet, despite all the help the Indians offered them, and one of the Indians saying was, why do you have to take by force what we're willing to share with you? They came over here and basically said, look, and I think if you look in Columbus's law, after seeing the people swimming out and greeting them and bringing them trinkets and whatnot, he was like, yo, give me 400 good men and we'll take over this land. We'll get rid of all of them. All I need is 400 good men. How, and like the Indian said, why are you going to take by force from something that somebody's willing to share with you? That's just the mentality of the European. You know,
that's a criminal. That's a criminal, man. What are you talking about?
That's what they were sending over here.
Right, but you calling it the mentality. You got to call it like it is. See, it's a criminal.
Absolutely.
That's a criminal. That's criminal minded.
And they never admit that, because they were basically saying, look, we getting ready to do something that's never been done before. And they basically like, look, you in jail and you getting ready to get hung. You getting ready to get the guillotine or whatever. If you take this trip, we'll commute your sentence. That's what a lot of these sailors that came over on these ships with Magellan and Columbus and all of that, they didn't know where they were going. They didn't know if they were coming back. So they were taking prisoners and saying, look, we'll free you, but you got to get on this boat and travel over there. So you sending criminals over here. What do you think is going to happen?
Right.
You know, but it was all done in the name of the Spanish flag. It was done in the name of the French flag. They even showed how Belgium took over the entire Congo. Come on. And this is the truth that the people need to see.
Listen, that's the truth that the people need to see. And I'm going to still tell you, people are going to watch it. And this is why it's like, yeah, we can talk about this, right? But at the end of the day, people are going to go right back to their normal lives and be like, it's none of my business. That's what happened then. And they're not going to change. And the people I'm talking about, it's African Americans, Hispanics. I mean, even white people. They're just going to go back to their normal life and they're going to watch that program. It's going to be entertainment for them. They're not going to do anything to make a change. People don't really, let me tell you what people want. People want easy. They want 40 acres and a mule. Give me that shit and I'll go over here and I'll sit down and be quiet just so I am comfortable and I can live my life with something. They don't want to work for it. They don't want to work hard. They don't want to work strategically. They don't want to outsmart anybody. They don't want to have to do anything. And me, I love that. That's why people don't understand this is not just a podcast. It's a platform. It's so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when I say something and whatever it is that I set out to do, I do it. And it's like God said, the will be done. This will be done. There's going to be some changes. And there's going to be some changes, some big changes, because what's going on, listen, it has to stop, man. The killings. We don't have any more black leaders. There's no black leaders. Everybody's just greedy right now. Everybody just wants money, and then they want to go sit down somewhere in the corner and shut up. They don't care, like, oh, yeah, I'm tired of this. And then what happens? George Floyd things, it goes on for a while. Black Lives Matter, it gets quiet. They change. Biden comes in office. It's still another killing. Mm-hmm. That shit don't change nothing, whether Republicans, whether we're under a republic or democracy. It doesn't matter. Nothing changes. It's the same thing. So it goes back to episode 5, which I did put a trail out with, when we had Chad on there, and who's CJ, and and he said there's something specific that's happening to black people. He said he believes that something specific needs to happen for black people because something specific is happening to black people. I agree with that, man, 100%.
100%.
And it's real, but and this is what I'm saying. I don't want anybody to do anything for me. I don't want that. What I want is for us, let's give us a fair playing field.
That's it.
That's it. Fair playing field. And let's play strategic. Let's play the game. Let's play a strategic game to win. That's it. And that's what this is all about. And I want to tell people, my people, Hispanics, whites, everything, that's why it's called the human race. We've been racing since day one, man. It's a race between all races. And like I said, African Americans, we're in last place. And you got to understand, in this race, a lot of people want this is why we get done the way we do, people, is because people don't want to be last. So if we can help put somebody else last and it's not our group, we're going to help. And everybody helps, keeps the black people behind. Where my people, we go to other people for our fucking hair. Excuse that language. We have our own hair. We don't like our hair. They brainwashed us to believe that our hair is nappy. It doesn't look good. We can't get hired, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. So we go to somebody else to buy hair, which gives them money, which builds up their they help them raise capital and helps build that race. So again, that puts them in the lead.
Yeah.
When it comes to our habits, our bad habits, the things that we want from alcohol, they on every corner. You don't got to worry. You're stressed. We got something for you. Same thing that we gave to Indians and killed them and took them off. You know what I mean? We got something for you too, but we just going to put it on the corner and let you kill yourself.
Yeah.
Crack, we put that in your streets as well. We put that in your streets and we're going to let you devour yourself. We're going to let you kill off yourself.
Yeah.
The thing is, they don't do what they did back in the days with a lot of force. They do it here and there. The shootings is for reminders. Remember, you ain't shit. Excuse me again. Put that in a coin jar. Somebody gonna get rich. Bottom line is, at the end of the day, it's for people. That's a reminder. Those are those shootings for. That's why I said we gotta stop paying attention to these. And I'm not saying that to not pay attention to the shootings. It's important for us to pay attention to them. We got to keep planning, keep being strategic, and keep pushing forward. And that's for everybody that disagrees with what this nation does. We got to keep pushing, and we got to get strategic. And this is a game they're not trying to lose in. They're not trying to lose.
Yeah, and I've said it time and time again, and I'm going to keep saying it until people understand the Caucasian people's desperation. Okay, they know that within in a short time they're going to be the minority. They're going to be extinct. Okay, because look, let's keep it real. Okay, if a black guy has a kid with a white woman, you got a black kid.
You got a black kid, no doubt.
Okay. If a Chinese guy gets together with a white woman and they have a kid, you got a Chinese baby. Okay. Whatever you mix white with, if you don't get white, that's basic genetics.
Well, it's just crayons. That's what I mean. Honestly, it's from a kid can do that. You got that black crayon in the box. Whatever you mix with that black, it changes it.
Yeah. And just so that people can understand the mentality, I like to always ask people, Rif, if somebody told you that, in 50 years, unless you do something to change it, the Dyson line of the family is going to be gone. There's never going to be another Dyson. You are going to do everything in your power to make sure that doesn't happen, right? Regardless of how dirty it is, regardless of how mean and vindictive it is. You're going to do whatever you got to do to make sure that does not happen. And this is how desperate they are. They're willing to do anything and everything to make sure that they maintain power. They are the minority on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
But they control everything.
Well,
okay, let's say everybody, there are more people of color. And when I say people of color, I'm talking about brown people. I'm talking about yellow people. I'm talking about red people. There are more people of color than there are white people. They are the minority, but yet they control everything. And they're controlling it out of desperation.
Yeah, but they're controlling it, I'm going to be honest with you, out of strategy.
Right.
It's a strategic game, and that's why I use that word all the time when I'm talking on the show here. Strategic. There's a method to all the madness that they do. There's a method behind it. There's a reason. There's a plan. We just fall in line and fall in place. They tell us to do something, we do it. We jump on the bandwagon. Okay, boom. Somebody told me that, like even in the vaccine, there's white DNA in it. Is that true?
It could be true. I haven't looked into it.
I haven't looked into it, but we'll figure it out next time. But bottom line is, maybe that's another part of the reason of adding that DNA into, so that DNA isn't, you know what I mean? It
doesn't become extinct. Yeah,
it doesn't become extinct, right?
Yeah.
So I don't, like I said, I'm not too sure on it. And if we had somebody else, we got to get us an consistency so that when we say things, they can be listening in and boom and be like, and give us back that information so we're going to get that. We're going to get there. Listen, it's all about planning and building and growing. And this is how, as my black people, stop running to the people that hurt you. Stop running to people that hurt you. I don't care how afraid you are, how tough it seems, how hard times get. You can get out of it if you stop running to people that hurt you. You can get out of your situation if you believe in yourself. You can get out of your situation if you believe in God. You can get out of your situation if you believe that there's no other way but to win. If you believe in winning and that's your only, what you focus on, you can get out of it. Mm-hmm. But you keep running to people that hurt you and they keep doing it over and over again. You keep seeing it. The Indians, boom, they're gone. You don't ever see an Indian family sitting in any restaurant I've been in.
Yeah,
I don't. I'm being honest. I never see them sitting in a family of Indians just sitting down in a freaking longhorn. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there like a bunch of them and just, hey, what? I don't. It's rare. And that's a problem.
Yeah,
that's a problem, man. So what like I said, look, man, we don't know what went on back then, but we do know what goes on right now. So I heard people say, you got to know history. I get that, but you got to know your present day and what you're actually doing and what you're doing with this present day. Yeah, we can know our history and go back and understand history. So, but what we're doing today is what's gonna affect us later on. What we're doing today, what we keep allowing, what we keep saying, okay, I'm gonna go right back to the person that keeps hurting me. I'm gonna put my hand out. Look, man, you gotta understand, like I said, that abusive father that's molesting his daughter, loving her, feeding her, that child is confused. She's confused, man. Or the son that's getting molested by the uncle or whatever. They're confused. They're in so much pain. And I used to work with kids, man, back in the days as a behavior specialist. And I worked with kids and, as a counselor. And it was one of the kids, we have to keep confidentiality. But like I said, I'm not going to say any names or anything, but you can see how that kid was confused. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you can see what that kid was going through and what he dealt with and how much hate he had for others. And he didn't know who to trust, man. He didn't know who to trust. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is what my people are going through. Yeah. They don't know who to trust. That's why we don't trust each other. That's why we don't look out for each other. That's why we tear each other down. We don't help build each other up because we don't want the next one to get ahead of us because we're already behind. So we're afraid to let them get ahead, even though that person may be a good person and they want to help you. You don't even want to trust them to that point so you run back to the person that's hurting you. And you keep going back to them because that person that's hurting you got you so confused. They got you to the point where they're hurting you and you need them still. And that's what this country does to you, man. That's why I plan my escape route. And that's why I walk around free and I don't give a shit. Like, honestly, and I'm not saying it in a effed up way, because even a white man will understand this. Freedom is everything. And that's why they walk around free. That's why they make sure they run everything. That's why everything is planned. Everything is to conquer, to win, because at the end of the day, that's how they keep their freedom.
And freedom is power.
Freedom is power, man.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So, like I said, man, my people, stop running to the people that are hurting you. Stop running to the people that are hurting you, man. Go through some real stuff. Go through some stuff. And I get it. You don't got no water. I didn't have no water either. You don't got no food. There ain't no food in the fridge. So I'm gonna go run to listen. Go through some hard times. Put yourself through some real hard times. Struggle a little bit. You know what I mean? And I'm talking mainly to the men. And the reason why I'm talking to the men is because the men are what the powers that be are afraid of, the black man, because how powerful and how strong we are.
Yeah.
I'm being real, man. We're a strong, powerful race.
Yeah.
I'm just being real.
Like you said earlier.
Right.
All we want, we're not asking them for anything. We just want a level playing field. That's it.
We're going to build everything on our own, right?
But we've proved time and time again that when the playing field is level, we do excellent.
Oh, yeah.
They cannot keep up with us, whether it's mentally, we be in school, in college, whether it's athletically, in every sport, when it comes to the business world, when things are on a level field, we destroy, we excel at it, man. We excel at it. And that's what they fear. They know that they're inferior. So they have to keep that foot on our throat. They have to keep that fear in us. And we did an episode on fear. Let the fear go. You know what? In this struggle, you know what? A few of us might not make it. But if it's going to help bring up the other people behind us and make them tougher and see what we have to do, then so be it. We're going to lose some soldiers to the fight.
No doubt.
But as long as we keep fighting, we've stopped fighting. We have stopped fighting, and we've gotten to this thing where, well, maybe they'll give me this. I'll ask them for this. Like, what was that video? I can't remember the guy's name, but this was done back in the 60s. How long, if you're constantly hungry and you see somebody eating a big sandwich in front of you, and you ask them, yo, can I get a bite of that sandwich, man? I'm starving. And they just keep eating the sandwich. How many times are you going to ask them before you go upside their head and take the sandwich? It's getting to that point. It's getting to that point. And like you said, they took out Malcolm. They took out Martin, But you know what? We didn't get through that period because we didn't have anybody. We put all our hopes and dreams in Malcolm. We put all our hopes and dreams in Martin. We didn't have anybody coming up behind them so that if he fell down, I could pop up in his place. If Malcolm fell down, somebody else, 10 more could pop up in his place. We didn't do that. It's time for us to start doing that. We got to start planning stuff strategically.
Right.
We don't have to go to anybody. It's been proven time and time again. We have enough money. We pump enough money into this economy to say, you know what? From here on in, we only buy black. Start our own sneakers our own sneaker company so we don't have to go to Nike. Start our own supermarkets so we don't have to go to Stop and Shop. Start our own pharmacies so we don't have to go to Walgreens and Rite Aid and CVS. Start our own shit. Another one into the swear jar.
Another one, DJ Khaled.
But we have to do this.
No, real, man.
Look, asking is not getting us anywhere. We're always coming hat in hand. Please, sir, can you give me this, please? If you give me this, sir, I'll be quiet for a while. No, we have to stop doing that. It's going to be hard. And like I said, some soldiers are going to be lost. But if it's going to make our race stronger and better, those are the sacrifices that have to be made.
Right. No,
and
I
we
totally
have to understand that.
No, I agree, Steve. Yeah. No. See, I'm with it 100%, man. Listen.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we got to go out and
all right.
That's what
I was getting ready to go to. That's what I was getting ready to go right there. Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying we need to start doing stuff on our own.
We got to start believing in ourselves. Believe in ourselves.
Right. We need to stop going to people and say, please, can you do this for me? Please, can I have this? We need to start building ourselves. Okay. Right. Yes, it's going to take sacrifice. Yes, it's going to be painful. And when, you know what? And I'm saying make examples. If we say we're going to do this as a people, then we need to punish the people who don't comply. Next time, if we say, yo, nobody buy sneakers from Nike no more. If you see a cat in a Nike store, you bust his ass because he's still doing something to bring us down. Okay? If we're going to do this, we all have to be all in because we can't keep going to people and asking.
But listen, look, that was one thing I said before, man, that what you're on right now is Malcolm had the wrong idea. I loved his spirit and his drive and what he was doing. And listen, let me tell you something. He was on the right track. Malcolm was good, but I'm gonna tell you where he switched up. When he went to Israel and he came back and he was like, all my brothers are all colors. White men, black, yellow, green, blue. That's when they were ready to kill him because he was about to unite. He was about to unite everyone. It was going to change the game. So he started thinking strategically, like, we don't have to be separated. If I bring everybody together, we can conquer. Like the same. United we stand, divided we fall. Martin's approach was the right approach, nonviolent. Boycott, not buying from them, not using their, using their product. He was on the right track. The one thing, like I said, they don't have behind us, and we talk about this, see, is capital. Mm-hmm. They didn't have any capital behind them. So they had to keep going to that man. So every time you got to go to him, he's coming to you now, and you kind of look like, it's like your son. He comes to you, yo, Dad, I'm ready to move out. I'm ready to be on my own. I'm a man now. And then you go, all right, you a man. Cool. Well, that car you're driving, that's my car. That you want that apartment, you got to get your own apartment. You got to get your own place. So he's like, that night he's feeling himself. All right, whatever, Dad, I'll do it, whatever, boom. He gets out there, feels how hard it is. He's struggling. 2 weeks later, he's back at your door. Bing, bong. Your wife opens the door. Hey, Mom, yeah, I'm just hard out here. Don't tell Dad, but I need some help. Can you put some money in my pocket? You keep going back to the man. You were tough. You were brave. You had courage. You were feeling yourself. Stop going back and ringing the bell. That was the problem. We keep going to ring their bell.
Yeah.
We keep ringing their bell. Hey, we tell them, hey, we don't need to stop doing this. Don't hurt our people. Don't do this. And then we go back. All right, look, listen. We'll conform. We'll do this as long as you don't do this. You know what I mean? Just keep it like this for us. So they see out of despair, they see the desperate, a person that's desperate. They see it like, oh, look, they still need us. You know what I mean? They're just feeling a little hypey and pumped up. I get it. Let's shut them up for a little while. We'll be quiet for a little while. We don't want all this stuff round up the street and everything. So let's be quiet for a little while. And then we'll pop another one in a couple months. Listen, if we keep going back, ringing the doorbell, that's the real sellout. That's the real sellout. So what I'm saying is, like I said, start being brave. And this is real. I'm just telling y'all, start being brave. I'm not talking shit to nobody. I'm not saying that you're not brave. I'm saying prove it. to yourself. Prove it to yourself that you're brave, that you're courageous, that you can go through it, that you can build, take care of your family. You don't got to go back to mom's house and ring the doorbell and sleep in that basement no more. You can prove to mom and dad that you can do it. You can prove to your dad that you can do it. Dad is doing it. Well, how come dad is doing it? Ask yourself, how can dad do it? Are you not dad? You came out of him. What did dad do? What does he have that I don't have? Ask yourself that question. What the fuck? Excuse it. What the fuck does my dad have that I don't have that I got to keep running back home and asking dad for help? It's that you don't have faith in yourself. You don't believe. You don't have the courage, and you're not as courageous as dad because dad said, I don't give a crap. I'm not failing. I'm going to take care of my son. And every time my son keep running back, I'm going to help him out. I love my son to get out there and grow on his own. But if he keeps coming back because he's not as courageous as I am, okay, I get it. Every man ain't made of steel. Every man ain't made of, they're not made that way. So I get it. But would he love his son to get out there? Yeah. Listen, trust me. White people think the same thing. We haven't proven it though. Yeah. Because every time we sell ourselves, we build something, nice product. Hey, listen, man, look, we'll give you this. They see it. They see, oh, that's a good product. We give you $200 million. You don't buy it out. Why are they willing to buy it out? Think about that. Because it's something great.
Yeah.
You don't see these big corporations selling theirs. No. You think Amazon's going to sell? I mean, Jeff Bezos going to sell Amazon? No. He's going to keep creating more and more and more out of it. You think Mark Zuckerberg going to sell? No. Google going to sell? No. They've been Google. Stop selling. Stop selling out. Stop every time something gets bad or something gets harder. Or, I can't do. Listen, I believe that if you believe in yourself, everything is possible, man. And a lot of people don't. And I see that in people. I see it in people. People ask me, why'd you start this? Or I know people that have wanted to do a podcast. I know a lot of people that wanted to do, and they won't do it because of whatever reason. They don't think they're going to have viewers. Do you think I think about the viewers? I don't. I don't never think about a viewer, cuz. See, I don't go, I'm doing this for the viewers. I want to think about the viewers. No, I'm doing this for the people as a whole. Because I know it's going to catch on. I know that people are going to believe. I know that something's going to spark in their minds and their hearts and go, you know what? I need to listen. I need to help to build myself, to give myself the tools so I can grow. And that's all I want to do is spark minds, ignite fires in people's behinds so they can get up off the couches that they're sitting on and stop running and ringing the doorbell of the people that are hurting you.
Right. And that's the thing. It starts with one person. It starts with yourself. Get yourself in order first.
That's the house. Right. That's the house that need to be in order. You're right.
You start this and then your kids get affected. Your neighbor is looking at you. He becomes affected. He's like, yo, he's really doing this. I can do that. And people, just think about this for a minute. And that's another reason we started the podcast, because people are not thinking anymore.
Right.
We want everybody to start thinking again. But this is what I want you to think about. Are you telling me that if you go out and you bust your ass as hard as you bust it every day at work for somebody else, you telling me that you can't be successful? If you go out there and you put in them 8 hours, them 10 hours, them 12 hours that you do every single day for somebody else, you're telling me that you can't be successful doing the same thing for yourself? That's how they got you brainwashed.
Yeah.
They got you brainwashed. You got to get out there and say, you know what? And then when once you realize you're doing it for yourself, 20 hours ain't going to be too hard. 24 hours ain't going to be too hard. Not getting any sleep is not going to be too hard because you're doing it for yourself and you're starting to reap the benefits. You're starting to get that freedom. Now you can see the freedom. Before you couldn't even see it. I heard about the freedom, but where's it at? I can't see it. Once you
Right.
start doing it, you're going to start seeing how free you become. Whether it's with your time. Now you got more time. You controlling your time now. I ain't punching no clock. I ain't got to be at this station for 8 hours a day. I ain't got to do this for 12 hours a day. I ain't got to go home and rest so I can come back and make them some more money. No, you start to feel liberated. Like we said in the beginning, you start to feel liberated. You start to feel strong. You start to feel the power that you really have.
Right.
Power is suppressed by you collecting a check from somebody else.
But see, let me ask you something. This whole woke thing, how are people in this era saying that they're woke, but they wake up for somebody else?
That's a question I've always had. How can you be woke? You say you woke, but yet you're doing the same old shit over. Swear jar. You're doing the same old stuff over and over again.
So, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. How are you saying, how are they saying that they woke and they wake up in the morning to an alarm that's for somebody else's plant or somebody else's corporation or somebody else's vision? Yeah. What do you woke? You woke up? You mean like you got up this morning or something like that? You smelled the coffee? You smell Folgers?
Back on the plantation.
Oh, they smelled Folgers. They were like, oh, shoot, that's mama's making coffee. You're not woke, man, until you're free. So, like I said, man, I'm not, and I don't want to take away anybody's, that feeling that you got, you believing that you woke. I'm just trying to wake you up for real and just be like, hey, listen, look, regardless of what, when you still following a system, somebody else's system, you still believing in their system that's hurting you, you're not woke to me.
Yeah.
You're not woke to me. It's hurting you, and you getting upset, and you're in fear. You're angry. You're all in your emotions.
Yeah,
that's not woke. You cannot be woke and be emotional like that. Just that emotional to the point where that sounds like somebody that needs to lay down. They're hurting. They're suffering. They're in pain. Lay down. Get some rest before you hurt yourself. You listen. Let me tell you something, man. We have to change this, and the only way you're gonna change is like she's saying. You gotta just dive, like we said in one of those episodes. Just jump into it, man. Jump into it. But it ain't gonna get there with all this. This is here we go, another killing, another year. Where we gonna have another march up and down the street. Where we gonna paint another street. They're gonna let us paint the street again. We're gonna feel free. Mm-hmm. Use some paint, buy paint with our money, and spend more money that we don't even have. To paint a street and be like, oh yeah, call it Black Lives Matter again. Do something for real, man. Let's do something for real. Let's get serious about it, and let's start with ourselves. Let's stop trying to change people and change us as a people.
Change yourself and change your way of thinking.
Right. We got to stop trying to change. They may never change. They may never change. We're going to keep trying to change their mind. It's proven since Martin's been in, he was a leader. Malcolm was the leader. We had Obama as a president. Marcus Garvey. The killings never stopped.
Yeah.
They never stopped. Their minds are not changing. They obviously set on something. It's something in stone that they're like, screw that. We're going to continue doing what we're doing. Yeah. This is the system we built. This is how we win. So if you see somebody has a mind that's set, they're stubborn, they're not changing, what do you have to do? You got to let that go, and then you focus on you and stop focusing on what they're doing. It's like being in a relationship. You got a stubborn girl, she don't listen, she's hard-headed, it keeps putting you, and I'm talking to the men when I say this. She keeps putting you guys in debt, keeps spending her money. I got to have a Gucci bag, I got to have this and all that. You got to cut her off. She's putting y'all in debt, you're about to lose your house, lose everything you have. She got to go. Sorry, baby. You got to go. Let her go and go get on and do what you need to do and build yourself. I'm being real, man. This is what we have to do as black men. And I'm talking to the black man because we're the oppressed. We're the suppressed. We're the people that listen, like C was saying, we're the strongest, and every race, the black man affects every race. The Asian race, the white race, the Latino race, the we affect everything, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. We're really one of, and I'm gonna say this bold, we're like the favorite. We're the favorite, and what I mean by that is that everybody wants our style, what we do, our music. When you go to the clubs, I don't care what club you in, they're gonna throw on a hot track that's by African American. Any club you in, I've been in country clubs, and I'm saying this because I done party with all kind of people, with Asians. They throwing on a track. No matter what, is 50 Cent. When 50 Cent was hot back then with them birthday, that song was on in every goddamn place you went. Everywhere. We the hot commodity, man. We've been the hot commodity. That's why they keep selling us. That's why they keep making us sell out. We have to catch on to this and stop selling ourselves short and start going, all right, no, listen, I ain't making no track. I'll do it for this. But I want this too for my people. This is what I have to do. We got to start making real deals. If you're going to deal with them, it has to be real deals, real contracts, create real deals. If you're going to do some business, meaning, like I said, I want to do business with Asians, white America, Europeans, Russians. I'm not cutting nobody off, but it's going to be my product that they're buying. I want them, buy my product.
Mm-hmm.
Buy my product. Use our services. I'm not saying that we stop dealing with people. No, I'm not saying that. I'm all about you being united. I'm saying as a people, we have to stop ringing their doorbell. Hey, can I get $50? Can you loan me $60? Hey, you don't got 60? Give me 20. I'll take 20. Stop being that guy, man. Stop being that guy. We got to start. All right, listen. Train on products, sit there, brainstorm, get a team of guys together, 20 guys. I don't care if you got to bring in 16 brains to create one product. Do whatever you got to do to create that product. That's how all these races are winning. They have products that you there, cuz?
Yo, I must have kicked out the plug while we was.
Oh, I thought a drone came down on you over there, yo. I thought it came down on y'all over there. I'm like, yo, they came. I was looking out the window like, yo, they're gonna come through with the military shit on, like, Yo.
I was like, oh man, what happened? I looked down, the plug came out.
Yeah, right. No. Just jump on. We're gonna end it. We at there, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna end it up.
Okay,
yeah. All right.
As soon as it boots back up.
All right, cool. All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
We're not trying to scare nobody. We're just keeping it real with you, telling you ownership, man. And it's important. Own your life, own your thoughts, your thought process. Stop ringing that doorbell. Stop running back to the people that harm you and hurt you. Do for yourself. Learn to do for yourself. Learn to do for the people around you. And like I said, if you got to put 20 minds together to create a product, then put 20 minds together to create a product. But start being strategic, thinking about it, raising your sons to take on and run a business so you can have that generational wealth. So then your sons and keep those names going. This is what we have to teach, man. We have to teach from day one. Now, it's not about buying sneakers and Nike Airs and Air Force and freaking you know what I mean? Like, listen, we're greater than basketball and hip hop. And I'm just being real with you. We're greater than basketball and hip hop. That's not the only thing that blacks can offer is just basketball and hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Serious. We can build space shuttles. The Russians build space shuttles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Asia does all kind of stuff. We can do the same thing, man. But we got to start thinking outside the box that they put us in. The box that they said, this is okay. This is the box that you can play in. The sand park. You know what I mean? The sand park with a bunch of cat shit in it.
Get out of the box. Start climbing up the box. Hang on the edge if you got to so you can see what else is out there.
Right.
Oh, shit. I'm not in this box no more. Look. Oh, all of this is out here for me? Yeah. Climb out the box.
Get out the box.
Yeah, I know I said it again. That's another one in this switch, y'all.
Me too, man. I've done through a couple, but it's better. We done cleaned it up. Trust me. It's a clean episode. We could call this a clean episode. We don't gotta. This is PG-13 right here. The other episodes are like rated NC-17R or something. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But this is a PG-13. We got a couple in there that's not too bad. You know what I mean? That a kid can actually do this and just cover your ears up. No, the other one was just like, well, I'm tired of this. You know what I mean? Hey, told you when he's ain't shit. You know what I mean? So it was like watching an episode of NWA, like serious. It was off the chain. It was real though. Listen, real and unapologetic. We gonna remain that way. Like I said, we gonna still say our shit. We're gonna still do it. This is who we are. You know what I mean? And it's no harm. You know what I'm saying? No harm, no foul. See, you want to end?
Yeah, man. This was, like we said, this was off the cuff, off the hip. It was just something that we had to get out here and discuss.
Yeah.
We'll be back on our regular schedule.
Right.
And get you some more stuff. But look, like Rif says every week, man, this is real and unapologetic. And we're going to keep coming at you like that until we start changing minds, until people start saying, hey, you know what? They're making a lot of sense. You know, we can't keep coming back to the same people. Can't keep doing the same things. Get your freedom. Break them chains. Especially break the chains they got on your mind, man.
That's what it is, man.
You know?
Yeah. No, real, man. Real and unapologetic, man. So again, thanks for watching episode 15 of The Real and Unapologetic.
Leave those comments.
Yeah, leave those comments, like the video, subscribe. And like I said, at the end of the year, somebody's going to win that digital coin jar. And the way this world works, trust me, we'll be cussing some more. I guarantee you we'll be cussing about
something. There'll be a lot to cuss about out there.
Right.
Maybe we need Whoopi Goldberg, man, from the member of Color Purple. Tell him, put that root on him.
Yeah.
Everything that you touch will never succeed as long as you don't do right by me. Yeah, come on, Whoopi.
For real. For real.